tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, from Palatka, Florida, Mccool. The tag team partner, Giovanni. From Death Valley, weighing in at 305 pounds, the Undertaker. Standing 7 feet tall, weighing 493 pounds, The Big Show!
Come on, crank it up and turn on all the lights, y'all. Well, get ready for something that you'll never know. You won't see it coming, but I promise you'll know. And welcome to a sold-out show from Phoenix, Arizona. I'm Mccool, here with Taz at ringside, and have we got a show for you tonight?
Hey, Cole, we're in the desert. This is nuts. Every Smackdown show is bigger and better than the ones that came before, and tonight's gonna be bigger than all of them.
That's a bold statement, partner, but I can't disagree. I don't think Phoenix has any idea what they're in for tonight.
I feel like a real jerk when somebody counters you like that. Man, this match is so good, it's even worth sitting next to you to watch it, Cole.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Taz. You know, you're not always my #1 choice for a broadcast partner either.
You know what you should do, Girl Pants? You should team up with Jerry Lawler, and it could be the King and Queen on commentary.
Real funny, Taz. You know, that would almost be worth not having to work with a joker like you all the time.
There's the reversal, Cole. Looks like a tag to me. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Nothing costs you a match quicker than overconfidence.
What are you talking about? I see a dominant superstar who's rallying this capacity crowd behind him.
If you ever wondered just how much...
And there's the reversal.
This has been a great match so far, and I think it's pretty obvious which way it's going.
Oh, really? Are you willing to go out on a limb and actually make a guess then?
There's no guesswork involved, Cole. But if you're gonna be snippy, I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
Wow, if I knew it was that easy, I would have said that years ago.
That was a textbook reversal.
Night after night, the WWE superstars never fail to great reversal.
Well, it looks like they're slowing the pace down a little bit here. That might not be such a good move in my opinion.
Well, come on. You just can't keep going non-stop. That's a good way to wear yourself out and make a critical mistake.
No, but you can't give the opponent any time to recover neither. You gotta stay on him and wear him down.
Well, what about picking your spot? If you try to execute a badly timed move just because you want to stay on offense, that could have a disastrous result.
I'll tell you what, Cole. Let me talk about what it's like to be in a match like this, and you can cover what it's like to whiten your teeth. Deal? This is not just a match anymore, Cole. These superstars have got a legitimate beef with each other.
They do indeed. There's a lot of bad blood here for sure.
And if this keeps up much longer, that bad blood's gonna wind up all over the place.
Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest hint of weakness in the...
And there's the counter, Cole. Conditioning's a huge factor in any match. If you can't go the distance, there ain't no way you're gonna win.
That's for sure, Taz. And the WWE superstars are some of the best conditioned athletes in the world. Talk about adding insult to injury. And these fans love it.
Yeah, well, you know what? He better worry more about the injury and less about the insult until his match is over.
What a counter that was.
You gotta be kidding me. Give it up. It's not gonna happen.
Come on, Taz. How about a little credit for the attempt? What a reversal.
This one could still go either way, Cole.
It sure could. It's not over until the referee calls for the bell.
This is just dumb, Cole. You don't win a match by taunting your opponent to death.
I disagree, Taz. Getting the crowd on your side can be a huge psychological boost.
And I think these superstars are going to keep it up until they've got literally nothing left to give.
And that's the attitude you have to take to win. You know that your opponent isn't going to hold anything back, and you can't afford to either.
I'd love to know where you're coming up with this stuff, Cole. Because it's sure not from personal experience, I know that. Man, what a match. Kids, if you're watching this, don't try this stuff at home.
Absolutely not. These are trained WWE superstars, and even they wind up seriously injured sometimes.
No joke, Cole. These guys know what they're doing. Hence the word, trained professionals. Thank you, Captain Obvious.
I just think it's unfortunate whenever a superstar decides to cheat to win, rather than compete fairly.
Man, even if you end up winning a match like this, you're gonna be feeling it for the next week.
Yes, but that's the case if you lose as well. And having to deal with emotional as well as physical pain is that much worse.
Emotional? What the hell are you talking about?
Well, I've been in the locker room after a match and seen the superstars who don't get their hands raised. You can literally feel the disappointment radiating off them. It's not a pretty sight.
I've been looking forward to this match all night long, Cole.
So have I. It's certainly been one of the most anticipated matchups in recent weeks.
And usually when you have that kind of hype, it's really tough to live up to the expectations. But these superstars ain't having any trouble doing that.
They sure aren't. And that's an impressive thing in and of itself.
I think I've got a pretty good idea who's gonna win this match, Cole.
I wouldn't be so sure, Taz. If there's one thing we've seen, it's that anything can happen here in the WWE.
You just don't see action like this every day, Cole.
You sure don't, Taz. And we've got the best seats in the house.
No doubt, front and center. We couldn't be any closer to this match without being in it.
Whoa, that's your territory, partner, not mine. I'm perfectly happy staying right where I am.
Nice quick counter. I'll tell you, Cole, this is what the WWE is all about.
You're absolutely right, Taz. The greatest athletes in the world competing on the grandest stage of them all. Did they get the tag? Yes! I knew it was only a matter of time before we saw that. I don't like it, but as long as it wins matches, it's going to keep happening.
That's the bottom line, Cole. If you're not doing everything you can to win, then you're in the wrong game.
Nice reversal.
This ain't about winning or losing anymore, Cole. This has become real personal.
Well, with the way they've been beating the hell out of each other, I'm not surprised.
There's the tag, Cole. You're not going to see action like this anywhere except Smackdown, Cole.
You'll get no argument from me, Taz. Smackdown is the dominant brand in all of sports entertainment.
I wonder if we're going to see anything this good on Raw next Monday. Wow! That sledgehammer is so heavy and so solid, that's going to leave a mark, no doubt. Wow! Great reversal. You know, Cole, I'd ask you who you were pulling for in this match, but I think it's pretty obvious since the beginning who you're rooting for.
I never claimed to be completely objective, Taz. It's no secret I respect superstars who stick within the rules and show some sportsmanship in the ring.
You gotta understand, Cole, I know it ain't exactly kosher, but you're putting your body on the line in there. You gotta do whatever it takes to protect yourself and pick up the win.
Taz, you're talking about two different things. Going outside the rules in the name of self-defense is one thing, but cheating to steal a victory and enhance your own career is something completely different.
Could be a finishing move right here. Man, you talk about superstars who ain't got an ounce of quit in them, huh? You're looking at them right here.
And that's a potentially dangerous mindset to be in. If you're too proud to realize that you're in trouble, you might wind up risking your career for a single match.
Look, Cole, this ain't ballet. You gotta go in there every single match and be willing to do whatever it takes. You'd know that if you actually stepped in between the ropes.
I don't have to have been in a match to...
Oh, man, make no mistake, Cole. That sledgehammer will mess you up good.
This can't go much longer, Taz. Look at the physical condition of these superstars.
You know, you can show off for the crowd all you want, but all that does is let your opponent rest up.
Actually, Taz, I think it's a great display of confidence on the part of this great superstar. A physical match like this will take its toll, and I think that's exactly what we're seeing here.
Man, I can't tell you how impressed I am with what I've seen here tonight so far.
How could you not be impressed, Taz? These are some of the... And here's the cover! This capacity crowd is certainly getting its money's worth here tonight.
And it's a good thing, too, Cole. If they're not buying tickets, we're not getting paychecks.
Well, I don't think we'll have to worry about selling tickets the next time we come back here. Not after a match like this.
These superstars are beating the living hell out of each other, and these fans are eating it up.
It's what they came to see, Taz, and these superstars are making sure they don't go home disappointed.
Man, look at these superstars. You can't ask for a better example of what makes Smackdown so great.
You sure can't. Smackdown's got the greatest superstars in the greatest matches for the greatest fans in all of sports entertainment.
Ha! Talk about being a little delusional.
The size difference between them is just too much.
I'll tell you, as long as these superstars have got anything left in the tank, they'll just keep going.
They certainly don't look like they're going to give anything less than 100% here tonight. You won't find better athletes than the WWE superstars, but they've got their limits. Limits which may have been reached here tonight.
This has been a real rocket bus of a match so far, Cole.
It has indeed, but I think this crowd would like to see these superstars pick up the pace a little bit.
What are you talking about? Uh-oh, you know what's coming next, Cole.
Tombstone pile driver. How many superstars have fallen victim to that over the years?
On the mat, shoulders down. This could be it.
I think that if one of these superstars successfully executes their finishing move, this one is over.
That ain't necessarily the case, Cole. Just because it's called a finisher doesn't mean it always ends the match.
You sound like you're speaking from experience here, Taz.
Of course not. Whenever I locked into Taz's mission, that was it. End of story. It was over.
I think you're developing a selective memory in your old age, partner. These superstars have proven time and again that they're willing and able to go the distance.
Well, you don't go too far in this business if you're not, Cole.
That's for sure, partner. There's always someone right behind you, ready to overtake you if you can't keep up.
I love it. Talk about rubbing your opponent's face in it.
Yes, but this might not be the smartest course of action. This match is far from over.
These WWE fans just can't get enough of these superstars.
And I'm glad to see it. A WWE match isn't just about competition, it's also about entertaining the fans.
Okay, well, if that's the case, how come they got you as an announcer? I mean, that ain't exactly great entertainment, in my opinion.
You might be right, Taz. I think it would be extremely entertaining to listen to you try to call a match all by yourself.
There's the tag. Nice teamwork. Here's the pin. This could be it.
1, 2.
That wasn't even close to 3. You know, Cole, the more I watch this match, the more I'm thinking that there's some legitimate personal issues here between these superstars.
You might be right, Taz. After all, they spent the better part of the match beating the hell out of each other. It's hard not to take something like that personally.
You can't compete in a physical match like this and not wind up feeling the effects. And that's what we're starting to see right here.
Watching these superstars go out. Look at this. Could it be?
You're damn right it is, Cole. And that's a heck of a finish right there. This could be 3 right here. 1, 2. That wasn't even 2. Seeing a match like this makes me proud to be part of this company.
I'm with you, partner. You just can't experience a thrill like this anywhere else.
And that's because you ain't gonna see athletes like this anywhere else.
You certainly aren't. They're the greatest athletes in the world, and this is the only place you'll see them doing what they do best. How much can these superstars possibly have left?
They got as much left as it takes, Cole. Trust me, you get in that ring and you find out you got reserves you never knew you had.
I can imagine. Nothing pushes you to the limit quite like a WWE.
Here's the pin. 1, 2. That was like 2.5, Cole. I gotta tell you, Cole, I thought I had this thing figured out. But now I got no idea how this is gonna be.
Sickening impact from that steel chair. Look at this, Taz. This could be it.
Good night, Irene. Nobody sticks around long after taking a finisher like that.
I think that's a tag. And there's the pin.
1, 2.
No trouble getting out of that one.
You know, instead of showboating to the fans, maybe you should really keep your head to this match.
Come on, Taz. You're looking at a superstar who can feed off a crowd and use that energy to win.
Oh, man, here it comes.
And that might be the end of the match right there. There's a reason that's called a finishing move.
There's the cover.
That's not what the chair was meant to be used for. You can find all sorts of weapons under that ring.
You know, the key to winning a match like this is to build some momentum. And you're not going to see a match won with just 1 or 2 moves.
No, but 1 or 2 big moves at a crucial point could change the direction of it completely. That was a smart tag.
Oh, God. The ref's on Dream Street, Cole. Anything goes now.
Unfortunately, you're right, Taz. There's no one to enforce the rules until the ref revives. That tag shows some impressive teamwork.
You know, we've seen some pretty good back-and-forth action here, but you don't see too many matches end that way.
No, you don't. And I think we'll see one superstar dominate the match before it's over. Why do they keep so many dangerous weapons under the ring? Those things can cause...
Man, what a chair shot. Reminds me of my old ECW days. I think we know which way this one's gonna go, Cole.
Actually, Taz, from my perspective, I think it could go either way.
And what perspective would that be exactly? The perspective of somebody who has a neck that resembles a stack of dimes? Jeez, what a match. I got no idea what these superstars are going to do next.
That makes two of us, partner. And I think that's one of the things that makes it so exciting.
Whoa, that's not good.
Not if you want to keep from tapping out, it's not. Look at this. No fear on the face of this superstar.
Yeah, that and 50 cents. Look at this, Cole. Look at this.
Oh my God, there's a reason that's called a finishing move. The match usually doesn't go much longer.
It's obvious these superstars have studied each other real carefully, Cole.
No question about that, Taz. You won't last long against an opponent you haven't done your homework on.
You look at any other sport in the world, and you won't find a single athlete that can compare with a WWE superstar.
And there's a reason for that, Taz. There are no off-seasons here in the WWE. If you're a superstar, you're performing every week of the year.
And we're not talking about just swinging a bat or kicking a ball, neither. WWE is the most physical competition you can be part of, hands down.
I hope this isn't the last time we see these Oh my God! What a vicious shot from that sledgehammer!
It's crazy. Uh-oh, better duck.
Too late! What a slap!
Man, I'll tell you what, man, this one's just turned into a fight, pure and simple.
We knew it was going to be intense. We knew it was going to be physical. But I don't think anyone was prepared for this.
I gotta admit, it kind of took me by surprise, Cole. And that don't happen too often.
That's an understatement. You've been in hundreds of matches in your career. We both called hundreds more. We usually have a pretty good idea of what to expect, but not this time.
I guess it just goes to show you, Cole, like they say, anything can happen here in the WWE. These superstars are putting on a clinic in there.
Yeah, and not a health clinic. I don't think they'll be the same after this one.
When you see this level of competition, Cole, there is no doubt that Smackdown's just head and shoulders better than Raw.
I couldn't agree more, Taz. Raw has some
Here it comes, look out!
Oh man, many a superstar has fallen prey to that finishing maneuver.
These superstars are showing some great intensity. Man, you couldn't ask for anything more from these guys. Well, that's a 3 count. That's all she wrote.
That certainly was a decisive victory.
The
That pinfall left no
Undertaker.
room for ambiguity.
Nope. You let your shoulders sink